And action.
As far as the design goes, we would go into these sets, and with Dominic, the person in charge of the production designer, we would just kind of walk around the spaces and outfit him and talk about him for hours and really think about it in terms of the blocking, but also it's not often that you're doing a living room set where you're saying, all right, now, wouldn't we have to make room for a polar bear to get in here? And what about, where can the giraffe put her head in the window? And, you know, and what's a comfortable place for a silverback gorilla to sleep? So that was a lot of what we did, was literally just trying to set up all these environments to house this motley crew of creatures.
Out the way, boys. Here you are. Careful. Go. There it is. Drop him. Sorry. Cracking myself up.
It was also very important to us that each of the animals had distinguishing characteristics. So if we have our parrot, or we have our dog, or we have our polar bear, it doesn't look like every other animal that would be, you know, in a zoo or on a, you know, shelf as a stuffy, like in the store or something. We wanted them to have their own personality, but we also wanted to understand why were they with Dolittle. That was equally as important. You know, they were all there for some reason.
I'm a Dolittle noob. I had never seen the earlier installments. I had never read books, but I do find the narrative fascinating. I think all of us, or most all of us, look at animals, creatures with such identifiable personality, and have that imaginative wonder of, what if they could hear me, and what would they say back? And I think that's why it's just an ageless tale.
Could you tell me if this is the home of John Dolittle, the eminent physician?
Robert he's incredible, really. I mean, just looking at him on set, acting and working is just incredible. I learned so much from him. And he went out of his way to make sure that me and Harry were okay and we were feeling comfortable, and he's just the most hilarious person. I mean, he always knows how to make jokes, and really just, the mood is always great. And I really look up to him.
He's made me, I think, a much better actor with giving me all this advice. So I think he was very, very helpful, and he's not only just, as I like, he's not only just a co-star, he's like my friend, as I like to call it. So he's really, really nice, and it's nice to have that out of work connection as well as going in on set, and me and him chatting and just having fun on set.
I wanted to do something that wasn't entirely out of my wheelhouse, but was fun and for kids. And you know, I got kids now. I got a 26-year-old, so he's been able to come see most of the movies I've been making for, I don't know, 13 years. And then, but the young ones, they're always home at premiere night. So I thought that would be fun. I like the idea of a return to the kind of movie that I grew up watching when I was a kid.
What do I hope people take away? My answer's always the same. I want everyone that goes to see Dolittle to be entertained. And if they get a takeaway from seeing something after being entertained, that's really special. If they can identify with the family aspect of the film, or the perseverance, the ability to not give up, the character arcs that happen. Like all those, there's really interesting takeaways in the film that I can watch and I can have. But if you as a ticket buyer, if I tell you what to take away, I'm curating your experience. First and foremost, just go watch Dolittle and be entertained.
Don't do this at home.